啦。我们5分钟后再开始。所以大家昨天有没有去看我的主配剧？我们按照惯例都要提前几分钟跟大家聊天。今天要用地毯式的方式把它每一条路都走过。希望我可以全破。我刚刚无聊看了一下他的成就，他的成就超好笑。他成就有要敲那个430号房5次，我们等下就去敲。然后他还有那个你不能跳的成就，不知道是要在哪里，然后试着按跳，但是根本不能跳。还有什么？你好像玩这个游戏什么5年，我不知道什么意思。你不玩这个游戏5年之后就可以获得这个成就，还可以这样。然后还有几个看不太懂的成就，比如说88888888888，一连串的8，是它有8这个按钮吗？可是我记得没有8这个按钮。本来想说要查攻略去破的，但是想一想，我还是先一次的地毯式搜索看看。以后我们就固定那个白开台的时候，就是用这首歌，这样就有区别。你们有把 Windows 升到 Win11过吗？Win11它好，就是它的右下角日期点开来没有秒数了耶，没有数字中了。那我现在的电脑是没有升啊，但我公司电脑有升呢。然后就发现它的数字周不见了。需要描述，天超冷，好像今天特别变冷。我们还有2分钟，给你们听游戏配乐。刚好播完了。游戏配乐超小声。还有1分钟。我们来猜今天要玩多久才可以全破？我要猜3个小时。昨天好像玩了3个小时，是吧？有够久的。今天应该还会再重复走昨天有走过的路线，这样子才可以地毯式搜索。 来了，开始呀。然后为什么我不见了？我怎么又消失了？哦，我出现啊！今天要来玩昨天没玩完的，昨天根本不知道玩完了没的史丹利的寓言。今天要地毯式收拾了。好，废话不多说，直接开始。好，来了，开始吧。我们一开始先从左边到右边，好不好？我们什么选项我们都选左边，然后再慢慢的往右边推进，好不好？啊，这 loading 怎么卡住了？
This is the story of a man.
前情提要就不看，走了，哥哥。
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
讲的一样。希望不会有那种我走过去就忽略掉的东西。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
左边。打！哦，我错过了。刚刚说要敲430的门5下，没关系，还有下次。
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
啊，然后如果是上下的话，我们从上到下。好。
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
我就会去老板的 office， 然后左边嘛，这个门，好吧，不能开。对，这应该就只有一条路吧，就是这里。
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
这应该没别的东西了吧？虽然我好像在哪里看到说，什么他有机会拿着一本书，应该不是这里。好，这里也只有一条路了。下楼。僵尸电梯。
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley
我怎么觉得我
realized
整
he
个
felt
被
a bit
重置
peculiar.
啊！我要哭
It
了。
was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered
或
for
者是
long.
重置不影响我解谜，希望。这里一条路嘛。
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
对对对，
Mind
然后如
Control
果我们要从
Facility.
左边开始，我们就得先走这个博物馆路线。
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
他这句话还真的没骗人呢。
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn
他这
around
么
and
长
get
是为
back
了
on
让我
track.
们有足够的思考时
At
间。
this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk
没
forward
错。
and willingly confront his death.
Yes。来了，哥哥，这里好像也只有一条路而已。没错，这里没有路了。
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley
会不会有人第一条就
picture.
走这条路
He doesn't
线
know the full story.
也太精彩
Trapped
了吧
forever in
直
his
接被
narrow
爆
vision
雷那
of
个
what
博
this
物
world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plugging the eyeballs
因
from
为我
a
这被
blind
重
man.
置，我这样不
So
是
he
第一次
resigned,
就走到
willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
100。看来跟之前没什
Farewell,
么差
Stanley,
别。
cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
哇，对，然后这里也只有一条路。
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
其实我可以左右移动，他会不会有别条路啊？没，他就只有一条路。
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless. Making life
我
the
假装
same.
自己第一次来这
Do you
里。
see
哦
now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit
这应该
start?
什么都没有。我们要秉持刚刚的精神，先从左边。左边就是这个吧？这至少我还有2个场景还没走过。然后这里嘞，那个嘛，这一张图应该就跟这个沙子一样。 2个场景还没遇过，现在有哦 ，Stanley's lesson， 这是一些作者留给大家的话，应该吧？没错，2个地方还没去过，这里就是我房间，我工作间啊，这个样子的也还没看过，对不对？这是3个场，然后这里去过了吗？有吧？有电话，有吧？然后这是什么？哦，这个还没，所以其实还是蛮多的。这博物馆应该没有藏什么东西吧？地毯式搜索，喂，时间，它时间永远都在这个时间内，有什么意义？这里走过了。 这也是旁白间。
Now look closely, Stan. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level.
它的 escape 不太一样哦，难道那是新的地方吗？调一下耳机。有对中控室，对我真的觉得这里应该是终点区，虽然我还没破解。没了吧？我应该都走完了，都绕一圈了，没遗漏吧？有遗漏就算了。啊，对了，还有这个也还没遇到，不知道在干嘛。 会不会其实我按一按就开什么东西？不懂，反正先离开吧。
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
我不关会怎样
？Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Okay.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
这里好像不管你
Push
提早
escape
关还是
and
怎
press
样
quit.
结束。
There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now. It'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time.
Don't let time. 哦，然后这里好像就没了，对，没了。对，好，我们过一条路了 ，OK。
All of his co-workers were
要不要
gone.
记一下？
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a...
笔记本。我们是先走左边门，左边门，然后老板上楼，老板办公室，对，然后就是进密道嘛，这些都没有选择。哎，对啊，密道之后就有来 escape， 然后就没了。这一条路就这样，好哦。哎，我要切到，行，好。之前没有开吧这台电脑？哎，真的哎，哇 ！The A is never 的，什么时候的事？我之前都没注意到，真的假的？我看。Awaiting input， 可以打字吗？啊！我刚怎么打字的？刚怎么被触发的？等一下，切一下。没啊，他没反应。我怎么做的？好哦，它灭掉了，这个嘞，我刚只是把它关掉，这个没办法，还是这个也把它关掉，然后这个没有反应，好哦，好，发现新说好的430房在哪里？430，门好像关起来了吼。这里。
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
好的。
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause.
哎，说好的
5 will do it. Yes,
5次
almost certainly 50
废物
clicks.
没关系，我很有毅力的。为了这个成就，值得这么做。
No, I'm still not.
啊，我又回来啦，来吧。
I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
哎，你好烦哦！我不要。它是不是不会触发的东西？好啦，417。只要门关起来，我就不能点了。哎呀，没关系。哦，这里。
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
你好烦哦，437有437吗？437耶，437很后面哎，哪里有437啊？最好有437啊！哎呦喂。
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
啊，415，哪里有415啦？
Now, back to door number 437.
啊，437。感觉被耍。
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
复印机。印表机哦，印表机在哪？我没注意呢。印表机。前面就是那个了呢。印表机。
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
员工的桌子。为什么？这个吗？
Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it. Now the copy machine do that one again.
来吧。
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did
这
it!
就解除了。
Wow, that felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now? What were you thinking?
浪费我时间啊！臭跑吧。它又打开了，有够恐怖！哦，这是别间哦。刚刚是哪一间有那个有可以输入密码的？这个啊，这个。感觉要很后期才有了。好啦，我们解决一个成就了，耶！来吧。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door.
对，我们刚刚是上楼嘛，然后走 escape， 然后对，我们现在就上楼，然后我们走那个思想控制中心，有没有？它亮着，可以开吗？不行。我们现在地毯式搜索啊，就各种奇怪的地方就要按一下，好不好？
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh! 它打开了，它可以开blow closet。这是什么？这是什么？
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
我可以干嘛吗？这是什么地方？
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
我可以关起来。我可以。然后换到。
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
这里真的什么都没有吗？
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
因为为什么会有这个空间啊？可以打开又可以进来，一定有鬼，对不对？告诉我啊！
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
是啊，但它可以打开啊。
Because literally, this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Okay.
I never would have thought to mention it.
OK， 真的，那我要出去了。
Maybe to you, this is somehow its own branching path.
Yeah， 没错，我有待在杂物间里听你说话。
Did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite.
离开。
I hope your friends find this concerning.
搞不好可以获得什么成就啊，对不对？
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid.
喂，
He probably only got the job because of a family connection.
怎
That's
么啦？
how stupid he is.
哎，
That or
为
with
什么开始
drug
人身
money.
攻击？
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
什么啦？继续啊，你继续。
Well, I've come
等
to
你
a
继
very
续。
definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is
怎样啦？
taken
不
care
要
of
讲那
before
么
it
恐
begins
怖
to
的话，好不好？
decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
OK， 讲完了没？
When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
他应该讲完了吧？他应该没话讲了吧？我就等你，我就坐着你说话，怎么样？我们再等个5秒，4、3、2、1，好啦，他真的讲完话了。OK， 我回来了。
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
笑死！那我再走进去一次会怎样？
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of
笑死，
invalids.
好笑。
Perhaps there's a monkey nearby who can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
好啦，哥哥。
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked
我
upstairs
们要
to his
去那
boss's
个思
office.
想控制中心，好不好？帮我开门，快点，帮我开门，帮我开门，不要让我再按密码了。
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
又来了，我被 ban 了啦！音乐，我擤个鼻涕。
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay, go go go! 好的，拜拜。思想控制中心的那个炸弹，不知道怎么解决。哎，对啊，等下是按跟 off。
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read "Mind Control Facility."
那我们就走进去吧。这里就有一条路。哦，对，这里要看一堆那个荧幕。这是什么？看得到那个字吗？没有，看不懂。按。
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Go, go, go. 好，这里应该没什么可以用的东西，没有吧？看吗？
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on the screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
这里也是电梯。
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
对啊，那个数字到底什么意思啊？是有意思的吗？还是他真的可以按到8？因为那个成就有8888的成就，可是我只看到5啊。这都是要去前面按那个开始才会有。这个门也是哦，他那时候帮我把它关起来，那可以出去。这个数字是什么意思啊？不知道呢，密码，密码，密码，可是哪里？我要怎么知道密码？哦，好吧，管他的，我们先照刚刚说的，我们从左边到右边，所以这里的左边就是我也忘了，不知道是按还是 O。
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
不是它原本就是关的啊，我按 off 是怎样彻底关掉啊，然后就开了那个什么世界，有草的世界。
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes.
对，开了。
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or
这出去好像就没了，对不对？
whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Happy。好了，这条路线结束是吧？没错。好，来记一下，一样，左边门。哎呀，左边门，然后上楼老板办公室，然后那个嘛，思想控制中心，然后 off。那我们这次就是 on， 对不对 ？on，OK， 走，哥哥，哎。我切的，来吧。
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
不知道有什么用。所以它有些门是可以。两边都可以开的。OK。我现在决定每个门都开开看。我漏掉了。换边了我每一次都要输入一次，是不是？好像是呢。酷哦。好 ，OK， 学的新东西。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes. OK， 对，啥都没。
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Oh, no. No, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room.
Okay,
Please take your time.
OK。 来吧。
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
OK。我不能关原本就会关的那时候。哦。啊，这个嘞。啊！可以开呢。完了，又多一条路线了，怎么办？没关系，先留着，好不好？留着，我们地毯式搜索，所以我们先把刚刚的那个案解决，好不好？案解决，好，好啊，乖哦。各位勇者，
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
方便多了，这里应该就没了哈。这里是啦。走到。听说这个通关
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
走，希望这里也可以快转吧，好久。
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
哎呦，我拿个讯息。等一下，要调一下。哎，好 ，OK， 继续。走，加速，好打。
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe.
等一下，有点大声，稍微。
That couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
这旁白真的超有梗的，他的那个什么情绪全部表达在他的声音上。Never 哎，哦对。我可以走了哈，我在干嘛？
But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
对，然后就会启动炸弹，然后我就不知道该怎么办了。这些数字到底什么意思啊？
Working,
应该有
all of
意
it
思吧？
monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going. What all this means, I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big no ending here, just you being blown. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or death. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, have a
这里到底有没有解法啊？还是这里在唬人的啊？根本不能解啊！可是他放那么多按钮什么的，有吧？好了，这条路走了。这里打个问号好不好？这里有一个问号，那个解谜，这要叫什么？1、2、3、4、5，1、2、3、4、5，解，反正放个问号，代表这里还没破。好，我们现在去那个老板办公室的那个上农是什么？老板办公室，然后他那是哪里？右转哦，右转房间，右转房间， 好，走，哥哥。
All of his co-workers were gone.
然后我们要去找那台电脑再按。
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
哎，这次没有那台电脑，还是每台电脑先关掉，才会出发。哎，没关系，我都先关一关。
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
OK。没了耶！这次怎么没有那个了？还是每一次随机啊？不一定会有。还是我走错路线，所以要重新按啊？那也太惨了吧！我不能被炸死，我不能死。哎，不对啊，我上次的也是死掉，然后没有，我是逃出去了。对，我是逃出去了。等一下，哎，顺便记一下，这个是死掉吗？这是死带，然后这个是逃出去，对不对？然后这个是带，好。我那时候死掉跟逃出去都可以按那个神奇了。哎，等一下，我是不是走到回头路？没有。好。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
每个门都要按一下。OK。
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
好起来！他不讲话。哎，我想看咯！哦哟，太好笑，来吧。
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
没错，右转的那个房间嘛，这可以开。然后这里要探索一下，第一次来。好像没什么重要的。就一台电梯耶，感觉这里又有一大堆东西。上楼。也可以选下楼哎，我们刚刚说从上到下，所以我们上楼吧。上楼，都有高级电梯，我每次都搭货梯，真的是老板专用电梯。我们看上楼可以去哪？哎，对啊，我从来没有去楼上过吧？办公室再更上去。我切到了，完蛋了！你们刚刚没看到，我什么时候切的 ？GG， 反正我现在进那个右边那个门，办公室右边那个门的那个电梯里，然后我按上楼，它上下都可以按，我按上楼，还是要上去拿？太久了吧？它真的有在动吗？啊，已经很久呢，有这么高吗？还是假电梯？这其实是什么震动器？不要讲，有人被消失在电梯里的意思。这假电梯哦，那下楼嘞？感觉下楼也是一样操作，拿来听歌用的地方，是不是？ 假装自己在通勤的地方。老板就是骗那个老婆说：“哦，我现在在公司加班呐，然后就躲到这个电梯。不过他的确是在公司。”好像真的没东西耶，是骗人的。什么鬼啦？骗人电梯？啊，智障！它也不会关起来。有什么可以按的？这里就这样哦，就有一台骗人电梯，就这样，就这样，就这样。这样，就这样，真的、哦。哎，我把它关掉了，我连看都还没。哦，在这里还好。啊，我觉得还好，我点它，哇，每一台电脑都要注意。好哦 ，OK， 我学会了，学会的。OK， 好 ，OK， 啊，怎么办？这里来过了。
Here's the door, just go.
这里就一样了，哎，还是这里有什么东西可以？没有。然后我就只能选择去思想控制中心，然后按那个 on， 然后我们再去在思想控制中心解谜一下那几个按钮什么的鬼东西，对吧？这里也没其他路线了。
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
哎，这里很长呢。喵喵喵喵喵！哎，不要了，要吗？到底要不要？不要好了，我们先弃掉这条路线，好不好？这右转房间没什么东西，电梯没东西。好，我们现在从上楼哦，对，我们不上楼了，我们去下楼。对，好。
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
有了，我有按到。哎，所以只要再一次就好了。OK， 赞，有进展嘞！今天，昨天都没有。哎，好 ，OK， 地毯式。我们应该不会突然有可以开的吧？哎，B 耶，4B 耶，为什么会有 B？
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
不行 ，OK， 左边。OK。
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
好笑，下楼。
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
这里有什么？我在这，他会讲话吗？不会。
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
It's okay.
I am okay.
I am okay.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
哦，这个就是连到那个嘛，那个他在路上倒在路上，然后有个女士经过的那个故事，对。
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
后面应该没了。
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed.
啊，先记录一下下楼吗？下楼，然后进入回圈，回圈好像都没选项了哈，就一直回圈，一直回圈，然后就结束了，所以是待。OK， 下楼就会待。好。
Gathered her belongings and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself.
我先弄个黑球，弄个文字，那个休息一下。我要干嘛呢？我要弄个东西，等我一下，休息一下。要摆在哪？这里，放这。 然后我要不真，好 ，OK， 等我一下。
Collapsed dead on the sidewalk, and although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran. Stanley stood for a long time in one spot. It's part of a game. He likes to see how long he can go without dying. So far, he's doing excellent. And if he just stays right where he is, I'm sure he'll keep up that good momentum. Let's observe the genius at work.
动荧幕有没有被吓到？啊，我回来了。啊，来哦 ，GC 哦，玩到哪了？我们现在到哪了？哦，我下楼，然后待，然后我现在看一下笔记。现在下楼待没了，上楼办公室。对，左边门也就这几个选项嘛，所以左边门已经 end 了，所以我们换右边门。右边门 ，OK， 右边门，好 ，OK。发现我的快捷键设的不好，打个字就会切掉。来吧，刚旁边还有说话，超好笑。我刚边滑手机边。
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
完了，不在这。完了，那他一定藏在很深的地方，要小心。那个门都开看。那是我等下走的吗？打，刚刚是还有哪里有电视机？这样子我最后一次怎么办？我还是要走左边啊，因为要去办公室才有电脑对啊，怎么办？我们为了解那个电脑的，我们再走一次左边，好不好？然后我们用最快的方式结束这一局。反正按完之后，如果没什么成效，我们就直接重新开始最快了，好吧？好吧，我们走左边的门。如果老板办公室还是没亮，不就 GG 了。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
OK， 最近吃坏肚子，
Yet
大
there
家
was
有没
not
有
a single person here
养
either.
肠子的
Feeling a
东西
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer
这会
there.
不会有什么彩蛋？比如说攻略之类的。应该是没有。这个永远封印了，笑死！好，去老板办公室。
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
来吧，这个没有完了。我要怎么去集那个最后一次？这电梯到底有没有用啊？我不要再试了。完了，电脑。
Here's the door, just go.
完了。如果再按一次嘞？我们就按2。没有那个点，好难按。我还以为会有什么特别的内容。好吧，应该还会再遇到电脑了吧？还是这次就没了？完了，我会不会那电脑的要重按啊？哎呦！没事，赶快结束。这里最快的结束方式是什么
Stanley walks.
重新开始。我之前没有开过这个为什么？哦。 我天堂了！什么鬼啊？什么鬼啊？什么鬼啊？按红色按钮，会灭掉啊！其他的人，我要全按掉吧？这什么鬼地方啊？这什么鬼地方啊？我都按。没关系，我们有毅力，就按。我要被超度，真的。嗨妹，什么姊妹？我差点叫你妹子。哎，回来了，亮回来了。哎，这什么啊？然后嘞，哇！为什么？还是我要限时之内把它按完？怎么可能？这什么啦？啊，我直接退会怎样？哎，啊，那个纸都不见了。哎，我只要每次都可以进去那个被超度空间，是吗？完美！啊，我想去一堆纸的那个空间呢，我怎么做到的？要去思想控制中心前，然后跳离吗？不是，我是要按旁边的打录机。没关系，刚好可以来做个截图。好了，救命啊！哎，啊，哎，换地方了哎，换地方了哎，换地方了呢！嗨，成文曲，换地方了哎，对不对？不是那个办公室。我终于开启新的。他说植物很重要，我要注意植物。哎，直接通到这里耶！
When Stanley came to a set of two open
因为我
doors,
解完那
he
个
entered the door on his
那
left.
个电脑的，所以直接跳关啊。这样子有什么差？我要从头再走一遍。有什么差？有什么差？画有差吗？我不知道，还是这里的路是一样的。
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
被回收了，是吧？
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
走到办公室。会不会这个门可以开了？哇，可以开哎！哇，它一直以来都可以开吗？啊 ，Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money quiz, quiz 随便。马桶可以开吗？不行。哦，本兽，好像就这样，没什么特别的。 就一个本兽，应该是一直以来都可以开啊，我都没想到把它打开。他们还没关哎、然后电脑也没了，这里没什么改变，一模一样吼。啊，电梯还是没什么屁用，还是电梯有屁用了。我们试试看。 感觉还是一样没屁用哎。我们等个5秒好了，通常差不多5秒没东西就没东西了。5、4、3、2、1，没 东西。OK。哎，等一下，原本有这些文件吗？我没特别记呢，有吗？有吗？
Here's the door. Just go.
然后这里没什么改变，没有吧？好，走。然后我们要去思想控制中心。啊，对，我就是要下楼之后，然后直接跳掉，对不对？就可以到那个，希望是这样子做的，试一下。就走到一半，然后跳出去，对不对？看到思想控制中心的时候。
Stanley walks.
然后跳。对，耶！我来了，赞！我是天才。然后这个空间还没来过。
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
OK， 看这里有什么比较不一样的，好像都一样。 一样。看落地。应该不用特别去按电脑。会有突然可以开的门吗？哦，就是这一台电脑在玩那个接龙。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
感觉
left.
左边已经通完了，我们从右边吧。
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
哦，没有可以开的。OK， 好啦。 好，这里应该没什么。
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
对，然后现在就会有选项，我们先挤。诶，对，来到这一条路上都没有选项，只有这里要选。
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
那我们说好先从左边开始，所以我们就左转吧。先开完这里的门，好，我们就左转。那我们先记一下，左转。好 ，OK。左转。
And so he detoured through the maintenance
然
section,
后如果有
walked straight
前面
ahead to
跟
the
左边
opposite
的，
door,
反正我们都是
and
从
got
左
back
边
on
开始。
track.
左边就是这里应该没什么东西，所以就从左边我们下楼。下楼记一下，下楼。好。
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right.
快点啦，这里都不能加速。
Yes, I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
This way. 然后这里有什么吗？车没有。好，走吧。我已经忘记这里是什么。哦，对，直接被强制冲进去。
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Close eyes.
Okay. We just have to
Okay,
get back
okay.
to Oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable.
然后就重启
How
了，
about
对不
rather
对？
than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
放了它。OK， 回来了。哎，我就不能再去天堂了。那我可以按打录制。不行。天堂要重新集了，是不是？然后我记得这里还没有从头来，因为它前面的路有改了。对，这也算继续，对不对？
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
我
mean?
们还是一样地毯式
Stanley
搜索
decided to
一
go
下
to the
哈
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
OK， 没东西，不能开，没东西，没东西，没东西，没东西，没东西。对，不能开，不能开，走，不能开，不能开，不能开，一样不能开。哎，哦对，
When Stanley...
对。
Wait, what?
变成好多个
No, I
门的地方。
restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
这是什么
Did
提
you
示
move
吗？
the
我要把剧
story
情搬到
somewhere
别
or...
的地方。
Hold on.
喝水。
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure.
OK，
Come,
然后
Stanley.
这里不管走
Let's
去哪
find
都会绕
the
回来，
story.
搞不好它其实不会都会绕回来。我要这里超难地毯式搜索的，这里要怎么地毯式搜索？看绕来绕去，就好像刚刚走过的地方，然后就回来了。对面去看对面。
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
对啊，连这个都绕回来。
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
好，然后这里还是继续轮回，就是还是同一条线，所以继续。这里没有选项。
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
一样地毯式。
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
嘿，没有，没有，都没有。哦，感觉这里都没什么新变化。好了，结束，然后就没
Okay,
门了。
yep,
OK。
it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong.
然后等下再重
It's
启。
possible the
哦，
story
没，
is
他叫我
back
回
where
头
we
走。
just came
对
from.
对。
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
好，回头走。OK。然后电脑开了。没了。OK， 走。
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
然后
No,
其实
wait,
没有，
never
再
mind.
回
Not the
头
story.。Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
然后就来到了这个木
Now
头
this-
空间。
Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Restart. 有然后跟着线走嘛，这条路。
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
来，我可以关门，不行。哦喂，对，我可以旋转门。叮叮。不跟着线走也没有路走，对吧？就走回这个空间。
No, I'm done. We're living it up to the line from now on.
对，这里就这样，跟着线走。
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Nope. Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective concept? That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
我忘记要播那个草的音乐。你知道怎么把它关掉吗？就是得走到那个植物那里，但是我要地毯式搜索，没办法，完蛋，我尽量快一点。好长，快到，才快！啊，好远，快到！啊！精神压力来了！等一下，我想地毯式搜索啊！这里感觉没东西。好了，没有吧？好，我们赶快来了，就这个植物啊！
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern, Stanley. This fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
超记得它了，好不好？OK。目前为止还没有选项。
We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh.
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
OK， 看起来一样，这条路线还是一样。我们地毯式搜索一下哈，看起来没什么差。
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
要等他讲完话才会
What
出
do you
现
want
路，
our story
对
to
不对
be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
Yeah.
Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I'm ready for it.
Oh, no, not you
I'm
again.
ready for it.
Stanley,
Oh.
I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms.
这条路真的
Just
到
don't
现在都还
acknowledge
没有
it.
选
We
项
should be fine.
好像没吼，都没得选，它就是一路通到底。哦，对，这里。哦，然后就看到那个时间重启的那个。
From here, the story is
好
in
像就
our
没了，对不对？
control.
这里也不能
How
选择要
important we mustn't
开
squander
左
the
边还是右
opportunity.
边，它
In
就是
fact, I
直接
believe
开
I
右
need a
边
minute。to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
我是破个大师，
Okay.
没有啦，
So
还
I
没
know
看
that each
我
door
玩第一
has
次
to
的人
lead
可以去看上一
somewhere,
集。
which means that somewhere
这一
the
集会各
place
种
where
破
we're
梗，
trying
因为
to
走过
go,
的线就
there
会
must be
这
a
样。
reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts,
Okay.
the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Oh, oh, 哇！
Oh, hold on,
来
what's
了
this?，
嗨，咚咚咚咚。
The confusion ending. You're telling me
哎，在场的大家
That's
有
what
人
this
玩
is.
过这款游
It's
戏
all
吗？
one
有
giant
全
ending.
通关吗？还
am
有
I
全
supposed to
成就
restart the
吗
game eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all
永生宇宙蛋糕是啥？
so now, according to the
是
schedule, I
你想的
restart
那样，
again.
没
Then
错，
what?
你想的
Am
没
I
有
just
错。
supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing wall.
然后
Well,
这里就是
who consulted
等他
me?
念完，然
Why
后我
don't I
们
get
就
to
会
decide?
重启，
Why don't I get a say in all
然后
of
就
this?
没了。这
Is
条
it
线
really-
是不是就这样？这里好像
No,
是
it
解
can't
法，
be.
对不对？
I don't want it to
可
be.
是我英文
I
很
don't
烂
want，the
我也
game
不
to
知
keep
道。
restarting.
我到
I
底
don't
解
want
到
to
哪
forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like
耐
this.
心
I
可能
won't
会先炸
restart the
掉。
game. I won't do it. I won't do it.
True，
I
没
won't
事，
do
我昨
it.
天已经玩3个小时，还没
And the
吃
timer
完。
turned.
我今天
Stopped.
目标还是在玩
Does that
4
mean
小时。
Did we do it? Did we break the
今天
cycle?
目标是地
The,
毯式搜索
whatever
完
it is
所
that
有
made this
我可
schedule.
以搜索的
How，would we even
路线。
know? Will someone come for
希
us?
望可以成功啦。
Will something happen?
呀呀呀呀呀！
So,
希望大家不要爆雷啊！如果玩过知道路线的，
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of
除
story.
非我
Wouldn't
真的
you
很崩
agree?
溃的问你们怎
I'm
么
not
办
quite
的时
sure if
候，
we're in the
可以
destination
再
or
爆
the
雷
journey,
给我。
though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we?
对啊，结束了
Eventually.
没？律师的。
Well, in the meantime,
对，这一条路线就这样，然后就结束了。他没有任何选择啊，我左转，哦对啊，右边的门，然后左转，然后去楼下，之后就一路一直通到，这算什么 ？restart， 等一下哦 ，restart， 对啊，好，所以等一下是右边门左转，然后左转，然后直走，对吧？直走。好 ，OK， 回来，又可以去天堂了。啊！每个刚来看台的人都要被我超度一下。好了，超度完了。但它是偶尔可以被超度，是不是？好哦，随机的。
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
一直以来
meeting
都有这个
room.
马克
Perhaps
杯
he
吗
had simply missed a memo.
然后地毯式搜索。
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
好像没什么差。好，走吧。没东西。OK， go。没东西。
When Stanley came to a set of
然
two
后我
open
们现在是
doors,
从
he
右
entered
边。
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
不行。好。
Wow.
对，就是一直线的
Yes,
路，
this
没东西。
room. What a beautiful
鹰
room.
架站。
What a gorgeous room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first
然后我
open
们
door
刚刚
on
是
his
左转
left.
嘛，对，一样要左转，然后
And so he
直
detoured
走，
through the
本来是下
maintenance
去
section,
嘛，我们现在
walked
直
straight
走。
ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
哎，直走之后可以左转哎，我好像没左转过哦，我们左转一下，也没路啊。好，那这里没什么选项，就是直走了，这个开过来。 然后就来到会议室。
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
然后一样被关起来。然后这里就直接通到那个吗？走左边门的那个路线吗？是吗？
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
一样走上楼，等一下记录一下。上楼。好。然后到老板办公室，然后看一下厕所。没什么变化。没什么变化。 没有，好 OK。然后去一下，看一下电脑，没东西。去一下这里，看一下电梯，这里应该没什么变化。没有，好。那这里路线应该是一样的，导到最终。
Here's the door, just go.
是吧？我刚吓到，我刚被红色抱枕，我刚还以为是一个人，吓死。 好了，那我们确定一下，我们走最简单路线，确定一下它的结果是一样，感觉应该是一样的啦。它会那么特别去分离一开始走哪里吗？会吗？这么细腻的吗？没关系，走走看。
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read "Mind Control Facility."
我们就当一样，先当一样，好不好？如果不一样再说。哦，哎，换了呢。なんでだ？到底是什么条件下会触发这个啊？等一下啊，上楼，然后直接 restart， 直接 restart， 这是手动 restart， 没有上楼。 哎，上楼办公室，老板办公室。对，这样，然后手动 restart 之后就回来了，就到一个神秘空间。好哦，然后嘞？
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
哇，有个诡异的哎！啊 ！Vibrant and Andy， 白板结局。先开那个门。
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. nor did it advance the story in any way.
怎么办？我要先进去那个，还是进这个？这是原本的两个，所以我们先进那个这个白板结局，没东西。我只是解锁了一个结局，截图好了，昨天都没有截到图，应该多截几张图。Console break， 就这样，这里就这样，这里就这样，真的，关门了，不行，就这样，好哦，没关系，我们走出去看看。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the
结果
door
应
on
该
his
是一样
left.
的吧？那我还要试吗？是走去老板办公室有什么差？哎呦，我看一下哦。上楼老板办公室嘛，我也只有下楼直走。哦，对啊，左转所以我这边要变成直走。哎，错了，直走，没错。好，来。OK， 所以右边的。
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
OK， 然后这里
The
一样，
lounge
一
was
直线，没
sublime,
什么
a
东西。
work of art. What was it about this room that, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his
这
left?
里嘛，这里原本是左转，左转大概差不多清空了，然后现在直走。OK。
Stanley was so bad at
直走
following
这里的路线
directions,
就
it's
有个
incredible he
奇葩
wasn't
的
fired years ago.
这里要刷卡，这里就有几条路线了，直走、右转跟下去。但是昨天的下去的结果就是死掉，所以我们先对吧？左边到右边嘛，我们就先直走了，直走，然后再直走。OK， 来吧。
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
如果一直在站在上面，他会不会？
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
都还没去过下面，还是这里有什么控制器的？没有。
This is it,
先直走吧。
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
来了，啊！
That's her, Stanley.
每次都
You
吓
need
到
to。be the one to do this, to reach out.
对，接电话，然后我就会听到我外父的声音啊。
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry.
那个
to keep you
电梯
waiting.
是办公室的那个
I'm
电
just pulling the bread out of
梯
the。oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
这就是大家梦想的妻子，假的，
Gotcha.
都是假
Oh,
的。
come on. Did you actually think you
哦，
had
这
a
里很
loving
长，对不
life?
对？这里要一
They
直
want to
按
commit
按
their
钮。
life
啊，我
to
如果
you.
都死都不
I'm
按
trying to
按
make a
钮，
point here,
可以
Stanley.
破关
I'm
吗？
trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
然后这里会被挡起来，对不对？
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
对，就只能进来，然后听他
This is a
讲故
very sad
事。
story about the death of a man named Stanley.
但我如果都不按呢？我们现在很有毅力哦，我们等个30秒怎么样？来哦，1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、 11、12、13、14、15、16、17、18、19、20、21、22、23、24、25、26、27、28、29。所以他真的不会触发任何东西，一定得按。
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him.
我有点忘记这一段乱玩会怎样。
是
我死吗？他帮我重开。对，他帮我重开。
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, it barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again. And then again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
对，这里我们很有耐心，我们等30秒。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、11、12、13、14、15、16、17、18、19、20、21、22、23、24、25、26、27、28、29、30。好，看来不能按了。
Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
每次看到这个都觉得超恐怖的。
And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
然后他就帮我重启。对，这一条路就这样，然后我们又可以去天堂了。每次 可以去就去一下。啊！好了，够了。来啦，顺便改一下，直走右边的门，直走之后，直走就是直接 restart， 没有die，没有死吧？这样算死吗？它只是 restart。对，然后我们等一下就是右边门直走，然后右转，哎呀，右转 ，OK， 来 ，OK。哎，又换了哎，这个路线，我只是去一趟天堂，所以这是随机的，随机会切成那个快速道路，快速道路你看。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
然后
he
左
entered
右
that this was
边，
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
然后
knew
看
it
来是一
perfectly
样，所以它
well.
是一个区域一
Perhaps
个
he
区
wanted to
域
stop by the employee lounge
替
first,
换，对不
just
对
to admire it.
？random 吗？还是我触发了什么条件让它可以这样替换？因为昨天都没有替换前面的那个快速道路。
Standing now in this incredible room,
还是我玩够
Stanley for
多
the
次。
first time
它的成
understood
就是你
true
5年都
happiness.
不玩这个游戏。
Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there, just a kind
悸
of
动感。
tingle.
OK，
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open
我
door
快
on
解
his
锁
left.
旁白的所有句子了，我觉得。好了，没东西，没东西。
Stanley was so bad at
OK
following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
好，然后我们这次去右边哪里？哥哥，
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've
我
gotten
真
off
的
on the
好
wrong
想去
foot
下
here.
面哦，
I'm not your
都还
enemy,
没去
really,
过
I'm，not.
都不知道怎么
I
过去。
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing. What? Really?
看看
I was in the middle of
这个门
something.
也
Do
还
you
没
have
试
zero
过。
consideration for others?
但它
Are you
死
that
卡。
convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do
好了，
want
好
to
了，好
help
了。
you, to show you something beautiful.
哥
Look,
哥
let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
OK，
Give me
有
a
个
chance.
好，这里看来只有一条路线。
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
然后我们要走左边，对不对？只好去红色的门，不是很想去。来啊，记录一下红色红门好了，快速红门键。哎，好了，红色的门。
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop.
哦，对哈，
I would,
停下来。
we would both
这
be
要
so
等他
much
讲完
happier
话才会
if
帮
we
我开
just
门，我都忘了。
stopped. And I think, well, I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
啊，谢啦，兄弟。
What do we want? What are we looking for?
这里好像也只有一条路可以走。哇！哇！
Beautiful.
Happy。
If we just stay right here, right. No, wait. Where are
我
you
记得红
going?
门只有一个结局嘛，我就是只能死在这。
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you
无限
die, the
死
game
在
will reset.
这，应该就这样。所以这里是die，记录一下，这里是die。那我们等下就选蓝门，哎，蓝门 ，OK。哎，等一下，哎，又可以去，好了，不去了，不去了。
Stanley
去了
decided
是不
to
是
go to
可
the
以
meeting
那个有
room to
快速
check
道
on his
路啊？
co-workers.
好像
He
是
never
呢，
functioned well
是
by
不是啊？
himself
好像是
and constantly needed support and
没
guidance
关系
from，
地
others,
毯式
so
搜
the
索。
thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
感觉这里应该不会，不会再有东西了，应该是哦，因为这里的那个电脑的那个谜算已经解掉了，对不对？感觉它这里就不会有东西。OK， 没差，地毯式搜索，还是都按一下，按一下。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
OK， 休息室到了。
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach.
OK， 没
Gid
了。
but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the
直
first
走。
open door on his left.
直走，直走 ，Go Go Go！
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years
好，
ago.
然后去右边。
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
来吧。
Now listen
不过这
carefully,
里有
this is
几个选
important.
项，就是因
Stanley
为我会有
walked
3
through the
次
red
走
door.
蓝色的门，那我要每一次都穿插走红色门试试看吗？这样会很啊，反正再重启游戏就好了，只是要走很远的事，没关系。
Perhaps you misunderstood.
啊，这时候乖
Stanley
乖
walked
听话，去
through
红
the
色。
Oh, thank God you are willing
这
to
里感
listen
觉
to me.
结果
Do you
是一
see
样
that I
的。
really have wanted
对啊，
you
因
to
为
be
他讲一
happy
样
all
的
this
东西。
time? The problem is all these
我不想听，太长了啦。然后我们去那个天堂，然后我们就可以有快速道路了，应该吧？希望是啊，天堂好了，有了吧？没有哎、所以它是随机的哦。那个快速道路，so
all of
sad。
his co-workers were
那我
gone.
就前面
What could
就
it
不
mean?
搜索喽。
Stanley
我相
decided to
信
go to the
我的
meeting
直
room.
觉
Perhaps he
哦
had，simply
错了
missed
就
a memo.
算了哦。反正我觉得今天应该是破不完全部。哎呀，没事。
When Stanley came to a set
我
of
们
2 open,
先
this
走
was not
显
the
而
correct
易
way to
见
the
的
meeting
路
room,
线，
and
好不
Stanley
好？
knew it perfectly
省
well.
时省力。
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Go go，
The lounge was
快
grand,
速快速快速
majestic.
快速。
Perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
随手按一下，随手按一下。好，来啊！你看
Stanley
这样有
was
没有
so
很快？
bad at
很快很
following
快。
directions, it's incredible he
Go, go.
wasn't fired years ago.
走蓝色的门。
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust
还
in
是没找
someone
到
else
去
can be
最底下
difficult,
的。
but the fact is that the story is... What? Really?
What?
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
来吧，
let me
蓝色
prove
的
it.
门。
Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you
Aha.
misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
哦，对，这边就来到
You
那
see?
个奇
There's
怪的
nothing
地
here.
方。
I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed
这
to
好
be
像
here
也
in
没
the
什么
first
选
place.
项哦。
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see.
他超羞的
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some
来了，我们
feedback.
要去卖块了。
There we go.
还没
A third option. This already feels leaps
对
ahead
啊
of where，
我还
we
没
were
试过
before. Go
到
ahead,
这里，
Stanley.
然后我不
Take it for a
去
spin.
他说的地方，对吧？好，来蓝门，然后左门，OK。来试试看会怎样。哎，一样走来这。
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me
不管
about
走
your
哪里还是
experience
都
with
会
this
来
new
这里。
version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be
给他
honest.
5分会
I'm
怎
looking
样？
for
我之
some
前都
real
是1
critical
分或3
feedback
分。
here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly.
哦，所以3个
a
门
calling
应
in
该
your
都
gut. I
导
really
向
couldn't
一
say
样。
where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try.
好，够了，
Here,
你够了。
based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
对，然后这里可以看你的排名，应该都一样吧，没什么差。你看最快的人2秒，哎，2秒是怎么做到啊？这真的假的？然后我在这，好了，那我们走别的门了，也是一样，都投到这。
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel
那
motivated
这
to
个
keep
给他
walking
1分
through
会怎
doors?
样？
Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new
没
game
怎么
I've been
差，
working
都会
on,
讲一
and
样。
now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
然后要到 Minecraft 了。
In this game,
好，还
the
没，
baby
是现在
crawls
的。
left towards danger. You click the button to move him back
我
to
记
the
得不
right,
管按
and
几
if he
次
reaches
他
the
都会
fire,
反正
you
他就会被
fail.
烧死
It's a。very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the
快
message
点
of
啊
the game only
快
becomes
点啊
clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
拜拜。
You heartless
嘿
bastard.
嘿。
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Minecraft 来了 ，Minecraft。讲讲。
Well, Stanley, is this
这
any
真的超
better?
酷的。
At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete.
Yeah, 你好
I
棒
made this, Stanley. Look at it.
好冷哦，
Gaze
今天
upon
怎
my
么回
work
事
of
啊？怎
art
么那么
and feel
冷？
ashamed at your own inadequacy. But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside
Okay.
and make yourself
我进来啦。
comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it
好了，我们
perfect?
赶快结
It
束
could
这
only
一
be
趴吧，
better if...
快点，快
That's
点
it.！We must
我都想
rebuild
去
it
煮
out
水
of
饺了。
diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
走走，快点，快走，快点，
Oh
快打
my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
！No, no light.
Oh, no, 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 no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even
蜘
the
蛛哎，
diamonds couldn't save this one.
这
Okay,
只有
new
蜘蛛
game.
的叫声。那我们就来到 Portal 的世界了。
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's
直接丢到拿不到
inspired.
的地
I couldn't have
方。
done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
你看，买一款游戏呢，你就可以玩3款游戏，多
It's
棒
a
啊！
puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
当当当，像
Genius.
Genius，OK。
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble
忘
through
记
any
接
more
着
of these
之后是
games.
什么？跳
And
下
I
去，
highly
对不
doubt...
对？然后有很多条路，但好像每一条路走出去都是掉下去的。还是其实这里有什么？哦，对，都会掉下去。肥到笑。哎、哎、我之前是到这里吗？我也忘了。我喜欢先往后走。好哦，直走。到目前为止还没有选项，对不对？有了，直走跟右转，先直走。完了，哦，我有夜盲，好暗哦。我完了，哦，这里是同一条路，好的，好的。这里423，好像不管怎么走都是走来这吼，确定一下，是吧？好像是，好吧。那看来这里也没有选项，就是一路走出去。啊，什么？已经玩了2个小时了，真的、啊，赞哦！我也快解完我可以走的路线了耶。说实在的，对，来了，然后哦，这里是不是就被重新启动？我们就走到我房间嘛，427，然后看到一堆，这很像剪辑软体，对，仪表板。所以这才是我真实的人生吗？还是怎样？我不是很懂。乱按一通，按不出什么。哎，隔壁有摄影机。哦，这博物馆吗？哎，不是。哦。我有夜盲，那是隔壁房间吗？我记得走出来之后，对，就被强制剔除了。
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh,
okay.
Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Very soon.
I can wait.
I can't wait. 哎呀哥，哦有。好，这条路就是这样，左门、蓝门蓝门这个走哪个都一样，所以到最后那算什么 restart 吗？我也没死吧？对啊，所以是 restart。OK， 那我还有哪里还没走？右边门直走，给你们看好了。右边门直走嘛，右转啊，我就只剩下去的那条路啊，但是不知道怎么下去下面，对啊，我要怎么下去？又可以去天堂了，先不要。
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
看来这
mean?
里没什么
Stanley
变
decided to go to
化
the meeting room.
完
Perhaps
了，
he
我
had
可以
simply
走的
missed
路
a
线
memo.
我好像都走完了，我完了，我还没到后期啊，要知道后期有跟植物有关呢，植物
When
我
Stanley
到底要怎
came
么
to
去
a
楼
set
下
of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it
感觉
perfectly
从那
well.
里不能去
Perhaps he
楼
wanted to
下
stop
应
by
该
the
是要
employee
绕路
lounge
去
first,
吧？
just to admire it.
那怎么绕路啊？
And here it was, the lounge.
哦
What a room, Stanley thought to himself. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
植物啊！
Stanley was so bad at following
嗨
directions,
，19，
it's
用
incredible
身
he
体做
wasn't fired years
不要
ago.
再问这句话了。好的，到底要怎么去楼下？没有什么，没想法呢。除了跳下去，我跳下去就直接死啊！你们信吗？不信对不对？我跳给你们看。好，我本来想说跳在车子上可能好一点，但是一样。
I'm not your
你看。
enemy, really, I'm not. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
对啊，就这样啊，没了啊。下面，然后就来。可是那里有路啊，那里到底怎么过去啊？先去一下天堂吧。既然19你来了，我们一起被超度一下吧，来吧。还是其实这里有什么谜题啊？我不是很想解这里的谜题呢。好了，够了。哦，然后嘞，怎么办
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
怎样？他讲这句话是代表这个办公室有不一样的吗？如果有不一样，那我在地毯式搜一下。看起来是一样。
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
我所有可能性都试了，除了在那个思想控制室的那个炸弹，不知道怎么解决。It was okay. 哎，哦， 吓死我了，时间还是一样。
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
这里就不知道怎么下去呀，怎么办呢？没有方法可以下去吗？我可以跳吗？我不行啊。哇，滑下来嘟！真的没方法哦。下面有人呢，我应该有漏掉什么东西吗？漏东西。要不然我们开看前面那个
Look,
门，
Stanley, I think
我不
perhaps
知道
we've
现在可以
gotten off
开
on
了，
the
对
wrong
不对？
foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
我只能走来这。
Let me prove it. Let me...
哎呀，惨了，卡关了呢，没有选择了呢，完蛋了呢。
All of his co-workers were gone.
完
What could
了，
it
我
mean?
觉得我可以看攻
Stanley
略
decided
了，
to
对
go to the
吧？
meeting room. Perhaps he
我
had
能
simply
走
missed
的
a
都
memo.
走完了。植物，后期那个植物很重要，不然我们再去找一次那个植，这的路线不一样啊。
When Stanley came to a set of two
那个
open
植物是在
doors,
哪里
he
啊？
entered the
有
door
人
on
有
his
印
left.
象吗？完蛋了，那个植物是从哪里来的？我想一下，他开始播音乐，哪里呀？哪里开始播音乐？无限回圈吗？跟着线走，是吧？跟着线走的那一次，所以要再走一次那个路线。那个是什么？跟着线走的，应该是。 我走到那个控制室，是吗？完了，完蛋，忘了，我忘了，完了，没救了，没关系，我们就走吧。
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
这里看
first,
起来都没
just
什
to
么
admire it.
差呢。
It was okay.
It was okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
没错，我们下楼啦。我们去走那个
But
路
Stanley
线。
didn't want to go back to the office. He
是有
wanted to wander
看到那个
about
植
and
物
get
的那个
even
路。
further off track.
这
So
里就
now, in
滚
order to
加
get
速一
back, he
下。
needed to go, from here, it's, Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the
快
right.
点！
Why would I have ever said it was to the
哦，我如果一
right?
直重启，会不会有什么效果？他不是说8次吗？3，对，他这里真的是随机
All of
开
his
的。
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
他
room.
随
Perhaps he
机
had
生
simply
成
missed
这
a
边
memo.
啊，我昨天怎么都没水到啊？
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a
再重启，再重启。 一直重启到就是它有一个是一条长廊的那个，不是这个，一条长廊的。看来没有没办法。
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
我们就没来左边了，搞不好左边有什么新的东西。
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
好像没什么特别的咯。那这个电梯真的没屁用哦。看起来是一样。这也是听歌专用区，是不是？这有图案的。会议室。感觉这种就要看路线，我要看攻略才知道。它应该是要有什么步骤才可以触发什么的感觉。
Here's the door, just go.
看来我已经尽我所能的解了我可以解的路线了，其他是不是要靠网友了？没安了，其他就要看攻略啦。看来是这样。好，这里是不是就到那个思想控制中心了？
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control.
今天是不是到这里就好了？差不多了，好吧，今天先玩到这。不要怀疑，没错，就是玩到这。没切到。来，今天我有做到我的那叫什么？我把它贴上来给大家看。很长超大，缩小一下。今天测的所有那个1、2、3、4、5代那个，等一下太小了，有些太长了就被卡掉随便啦，反正就测了这几个没有结论，没有全结啦，你看好。反正之后我应该还会再开一次，然后我们找着攻略跑跑看，就是全解的攻略，还有全成就的攻略。今天也有解到成就，不错，值得鼓励。好了，就这样了。今天我是卡嘞，感谢收看，喜欢的话记得按赞、订阅、分享，不喜欢加一个啦，可以追踪我 FB 粉专或者实况预告。就这样。拜拜。拜拜。